It's the NFL on EA Sports, where we'll see two of the NFL's oldest and most storied franchises. It's the Washington Commanders and the New York Giants on Sunday Night Primetime.
It can hold over 82,000 fans, and every one of those seats is filled for this one, as our coverage of the NFL brings us to MetLife Stadium. Hi there, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us. You picked a fun one to tune into. I'm Kate Scott, joined by former NFL quarterback Brock Hewitt, and we've got two quarterbacks here, Brock, who are known for playing a very exciting brand of football. Not just throwing the rock, but taking it themselves, too.
Yep, these are two of the guys who really epitomize the direction that this position's going in the modern NFL.
Yep.
Pocket passers, they'll have their place. They always will. But a lot of teams look to somebody like this as the default. A great passer, but someone who can also mix in plenty of rushing yards and keep that defense honest.
Here's Graham Gano out for the opening kick. And away we go from East Rutherford. Fielded at the 7. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So the Commanders' offense headed out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by an elite runner, one of the game's top dual-threat young quarterbacks. He was taken second in 2024, Jayden Daniels.
Jayden's the closest thing we've seen to Lamar Jackson. And while there's only one Lamar Jackson, the two-time MVP, Jayden's going to push him a little bit in this league. He is a tremendous athlete. Over 1,000 yards rushing down the SEC, and he's just got the instincts, the feel to know when to run it. But, man, he can also sling it. A quick, compact, accurate release. I can't wait to watch this guy's skill set unfold in the NFL. I'll be honest with you, Kate. As you grow and develop as a quarterback, your arm gets stronger. These comebacks can be one of your favorite throws in your arsenal. Because if you trust yourself and you throw it before that defender breaks, you know there's yards to be had on the perimeter. That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. They motion the slot man right. On second down, Robinson. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. 3 yards there and enough to move the chains.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that first down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. Now Daniels off the play action. Has a man, it's Ertz. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Second down now, 7 to go. From the 47. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces 3rd down.
I'm just going to say maybe not the guy you want to pick on in coverage on this particular series. Gets a hand on that throw and knocks it away. The next time, well, he could get 2 hands on it and take it the other way.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Out of the gun, Daniels. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Commanders punting on 4th down, and they're going to bring out the ever-reliable lefty vets, Tressway. No return on this one. It's going to make it out of bounds and across the 25, spotted at the 24. So out come the Giants, their first drive of the game coming up. And leading them out, someone playing at a high level over a decade after entering the league. He's got a Super Bowl to his name. It's Russell Wilson.
Kate, Russell Wilson's one of the NFL's most experienced quarterbacks. He's also one of the winningest quarterbacks, even with a couple bumps in the road in Denver. Remember, over that decade in Seattle with Pete Carroll and the Legion of Boom, there wasn't a quarterback that won more games in the history of the league over the first 10 years. 9 times to the Pro Bowl as well. Put a supporting cast around him, give him a run game and a defense, and Russell Wilson still knows very well how to play this game.
They strike for 23 yards. And it's good enough for a New York first down. Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. First down, here's Russ. He lofts it deep left. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Malik Neighbors, the one he was throwing for. And now they face second down.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
He's looking deep once again. This is caught inside the 15. It's a huge pickup on the play. And the Giants will have a first down.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
What a spot for a big play, huh, Brock? It has him well into the red zone now with 1st and 10. Buys time, rolling right. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11.
Just not much to do right there, whether he wanted to run it or throw it. Even if he scraped a positive gain out of it, that's still a win for this defense.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. On the handoff, this is Tracy. And he'll push them down to the 6-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5. They still need 4 on 3rd down.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on 3rd down, Kate. Take at least a little bite out of the big meal between them and the 1st down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
Wilson on 3rd down. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Looking for Malik Neighbors that time. And 4th and 4 coming up.
Oh, that is going to haunt him. A drop touchdown in the end zone. We'll see how good his mental toughness is, if he can move past it quickly and make an impact for them later.
The kick by Gonzalez is good. And they're on the board.
Well, I know once that drive stalls out, that's where it really pays to have that reliable kicker on the sideline ready to bail you out. And he knocks that one right through to give him the lead.
Gano ready to send this away. Here's a return from the 7. This return makes it up to the 25. Here comes the Washington offense out to the field, ready for their 2nd drive. And they're certainly hoping for some better results here after that first drive ended in a punt. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, it's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule. That kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
Play fake here, Daniels. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. They get 6 and a 1st down as well.
There's no question the greatest concern there was just getting the 1st down. You want a high percentage throw, and you're not really concerned about big yards. Well, the drag route was perfect. He comes open in the short field. It's easy to zip that throw right in there and reset those chains.
This is hauled in by McLaurin. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's enough for a 1st down. Nice find by the rookie quarterback from LSU.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
On first down, here's Daniels. He'll get it complete to Brian Robinson Jr. And they take him down right along the 30.
These intermediate gains, that's the wheelhouse for these two to connect on. Start the series off well. And it sure keeps the defense on its toes in case they try to load up and just simply cover the receivers.
After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. First carry now for Austin Eckler. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Daniels from the pistol. That's caught for the first. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line. A 5-yard gain on the play. And that'll be good for a Washington first.
You know what I love to say? You never go broke taking a profit, and you often gain profits when you use your eyes as a quarterback. Those hitch routes, those underneath throws, oftentimes it's the eyes of the quarterback looking downfield and then taking that short completion.
And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. Javon Holland there to make the stop. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. From the gun, it's Daniels. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And it's 3rd down now. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything.
And he will score. It's a Washington touchdown. The Commanders pull ahead 6-3 in the first. Deebo Samuel, the touchdown. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups. And when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
Matt Gay on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Commanders take a 4-point lead. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. Has this at the 6. He's stopped on the return at the 27. Now for the second time this game, we get a look at the New York offense. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. Staying between the tackles with Tracy. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. Frankie Luvu there for the tackle. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9. From the gun, it's Wilson. And the Commanders get home, they drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
I think his decision-making wrote a check that his legs couldn't catch this time. This QB could run, and he's ranging, looking for space, looking for an outlet. But there was none to be had. No escape route available this time.
Commanders with an extra DB out there to defend this 3rd down. Wilson now from the gun. Has his man, it's Tracy. And he winds up out of bounds, and that's going to be the end of the first quarter. 1 quarter down for these two NFC East teams. 7-3 is our score. We'll get back to East Rutherford after this. J.B. Gillen coming on to hammer this away. And no doubt he wants a good start for himself here in prime time. And that fair catch brought in just beyond the 30-yard line. The Commanders are ready to go on offense, and we'll get a look at Deebo Samuel. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. And they're coming off an excellent series throwing the football that led to that touchdown, Brock. So you and I on him quick there, and they bring him to the turf. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
No one picks him up, and he reminded everyone in the building why that's a major mistake. The linebacker's athleticism on full display. A sack in under 2 seconds? That's a select group of players on the planet who could pull that off.
Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Another try following the sack. Has him on the quick hitter. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Micah McFadden able to make the play.
You get this big old dude like him in the slot, it's an automatic mismatch advantage. You train a little bit of speed, sure. You sure do get a lot of size. And anytime he's in the slot, you got to assume the ball's going his way.
Here he is on 3rd and long. That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete.
That drop ruins the payoff to a well-designed play. It got a man open. It beat the coverage. That's a call they can revisit in the future with hopefully a much better job finishing the catch.
The Commanders ready for the punt. And this will be his second effort of the contest. And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. 58 yards on the punt there. And it'll be Giants football. Their offense ready to take the field now. On first down, it's Wilson. Connects with Slayton. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
Yeah, these in cuts maybe aren't the hardest throws from a degree of difficulty, Kate, but it does take some courage as a quarterback to throw into congested spaces, but it can pay big dividends.
A give to Tracy up the middle. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Frankie Louvu there for the tackle. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. They go right back to Tracy. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. 1 yard on the run, so just 3 yards across those last 2 carries. It's 3rd and 7. Shotgun snap for Wilson. Complete beyond the marker. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. It's a pickup of 11. And it's good enough for a New York first down.
I can't tell you how nice it is to have a big, trustworthy tight end in the passing game. Such great size to have, and he forces those defenses to find a way to try to match up when they can't.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Russ now from the gun. Gets this to Johnson. This is ahead for about 5. Brought down by the future Hall of Famer, Bobby Wagner. All right, here we go. 2nd down. Russ looking to throw. And this one too far in front of him. It's incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And it'll be 3rd and 5 coming up.
Boy, offenses that connect in this intermediate zone are so effective. Getting the completion in that area, and not just sparks your offense, but it just turns that aggressive meter way up. They just couldn't quite find the connection.
Quick slant caught by Neighbors. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. Now after making that catch, we see he's shaken up. Trainer's heading out to take a look. On 4th down, we'll see Graham Gano lead the Giants field goal unit out. It's a deep shot for him from that left hash. And this one had a brief chance, but not a good kick in the end. He misses it. And this will remain a 4-point game.
Well, once you get out beyond 50 yards, everything in the process has got to be perfect. It's a good effort, but it's going to wind up off the mark.
The Commanders set to take over. New set of downs for him from the 46. 1st and 10, around to Robinson. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. Micah McFadden able to make the play. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. From the 48. Chased out to his right. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
It's looking like a dreaded 3-and-out offensively, but listen, if you can't keep your quarterback clean and upright, you're going to need some magic, big-time magic, to convert on this 3rd and long.
Gotta figure out this 3rd down here. Shotgun snap to Daniels. That's completed right side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They'll get 31 yards on the play. And the Commanders will have a 1st.
He just made a difficult throw to the outside look elementary, Kate, and that's not easy. The placement, excellent. And it helped set his target up to put some more yards on that stat sheet.
So the big play has him well into enemy territory and field goal range. They're inside the 30. Daniels on 1st down. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down. Shotgun snap, they're gonna throw. That's taken in by Samuel. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
The smartest pass catchers I've ever been around, they know how to set up an outcut beautifully. They recognize when they have leverage, how to sell the deep route, and then boom, they just break it out as if it's nothing.
1st and 10 now. Here's Daniels. The throw is caught. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
An option give to Robinson. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. So it's the 2-minute warning here from MetLife. The Commanders trying to make some noise before halftime. This offense in position now. It's first and goal. Robinson. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
Hey, I get it on first and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
They're lining up on the doorstep. Second and goal from inside the 1. And he's in for the touchdown. The Commanders grow their lead just before halftime. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
Gay to add the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Commanders drive their lead to 11. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. Gray now on the return. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. New York taking over once again. The offense heading out. And they find themselves trailing by 11 as they take over down 14-3. First down, here's Russ. Short pass brought in. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. Now hang on, looks like somebody came out after that play a little shaken up. Not sure we saw exactly what happened, but he'll get some assistance now. Second and 3 now. From the 36. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Commanders take over after forcing the first turnover of this ball game. Well, Brock, they could have gone run to set up 3rd and short, or they could air it out and try for more. They picked the latter, and the coverage was ready for it.
Sure was, Kate, and this is why I play in this position. You've got to have a short memory. You must flush it. I love the decision to be aggressive. I always fall on that side of the coin, but when you throw a pick in that situation, such a manageable second down, well, you got to learn from it, move on, and certainly flush it away.
1st and 10 from the 41. Out of the gun, Daniels. Nabs along that sideline, Samuel. And he gets it down to the 35 before stepping out.
I know I could sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Throwing now, Daniels. Able to find Ertz. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. That's a pickup of 9. And that'll be good for a Washington first.
Well, they got him down before he could do any more damage in terms of yards. That's no easy job, mind you, tackling a big tight end. But the main damage had already been done. He kept this drive going by getting beyond the line of game.
That's complete. Here's Brown. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line.
You know, they say you never go broke taking a profit. Just find that completion. And it may not be a Benjamin, but even those little dollar bills start to add up.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Again, Daniels to the air. That's complete. Here's Austin Eckler. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
Daniels back to throw. Setting up the screen. And he's brought down for a loss. Now a timeout taken by the offense, and we're going to see if they try for 2 plays here or just try the field goal right now. Leading 10 yards now as they line up. It's 2nd and goal. Early movement along the right side. The flag comes out. One of the most common penalties in the sport, and the reaction, it's the same every time, Brock. Frustration from the coach as they get backed up 5 yards. 2nd and goal now, 5 yards more difficult following that penalty. Has a man, it's Brown. And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1. And there's the timeout from the offense. Just 4 seconds left to go, and that play, that should help them get some points here going into the half. Only time left for 1 more snap, Brock, so they're going to run out their field goal unit. This is a chip shot from the left hash. Up and good from Fairbairn. And that extends their lead to 14.
In that close, kicks have to be automatic. That won't stop the head coach, though, from holding his breath for a couple seconds until he sees it's up and good.
Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. One last play before the break. He'll throw it. He puts some air under this one, deep right. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete. Now that brings us to the midway point of this one. The Commanders enjoying a nice little lead here on the road. Now we'll send you down the East Coast to Orlando. Turn things over to our buddy Jonathan Coachman in the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. We'll let you and Brock catch your breath as we welcome the rest of you to our EA Sports Halftime Report.
It was a solid first half of football for the Alabama man, Brian Robinson. He had a touchdown run that helped get his guys this halftime lead.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our third quarter. Gray now on the return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Giants offense with the football. They'll get it first in this second half. They'll try to get that ground game established better than they did in the opening half, Brock. See if they can attack that deficit. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on first down.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
A handoff to Tracy. And he'll push forward for a small gain to the 31. Only 2 yards on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 8. From the gun, it's Wilson. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw, when you throw it that deep outside the numbers, that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
So the big play has him well into enemy territory and field goal range. They're inside the 30. Russ off the play fake. Sheds off a rusher. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up second down. Wilson now from the gun. Finds him over the middle. And he's stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Russ is cooking again. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Running this with Tracy. And they bring him down pretty quickly at the 10. 3 yards on the first down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7. Here's Tracy once more. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. He musters up 3 yards on the run. That sets up 3rd and 4. Russ now from the gun. He brings it in. Just a couple of yards here as he heads for the sideline.
All you can do is shake your head sometimes. Sure, the pass play works, but they come up just an inch or two short for the first down.
Less than a yard needed here on 4th. Shotgun snap for Wilson. And they won't do it. That falls incomplete on 4th down.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. Shotgun snap, a give to Robinson. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Another carry for Robinson. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Javon Holland there to make the stop. Give him 5 on that play. Now it's going to be 3rd down and 6.
When you don't have great success on first down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune 3rd down situation.
Has him on the quick hitter. And this one does not go far.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Gets this one away from a tough spot, backed up inside the end zone. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. Nice kick there. It's a punt of 53 yards. And the Giants are going to like where they start out for this drive. Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Ross out of the pistol. Able to hit Robinson, complete. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. They send a man in motion. On play action now, Wilson. Into the hands of Neighbors. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward. They've got first down from the 31. This is Tracy. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20. They get an even 10 on that play. And the Giants will have a first down.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts those tackles.
Going to the ground again on first. And he's able to push this down to the 12. Good rip on first down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
Here's Tracy. And he's going to take it in for the New York touchdown. The Giants shrinking the lead some in the 3rd. Well, he found himself some space to work, and from there, all athleticism as he made his way in for 6.
You know, you run the ball down in the red zone, Kate, you're not always thinking touchdowns, right? Space is so hard to come by. But you're exactly right. His athleticism, his explosion, his speed, it puts 6 on the board for the offense.
Graham Gano to tack on the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Giants chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. His return starts at the 5. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Commanders and QB Jaden Daniels headed out for their next look on offense. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Daniels. It's taken in by Eckler. And he'll head out of bounds after a short gain.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. When one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
2nd and 8. Ooh, would have been a big gainer if they connected, but they could not. Instead, 3rd down coming up.
You hear defensive coaches preach this all the time about not giving up the big play. Keep everything in front of you. They're going to need to stay vigilant because he's definitely a receiver who can take the lid off of a defense.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Shotgun snap to Daniels. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
Punt team on the field. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. He takes this in on his side of midfield. And he's brought down before the return gets far. The Giants and Tyrone Tracy are running back on now. New series coming up following the punt. And it'll be their football. 1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Trying the right side with Tracy. And looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Brought down by the future Hall of Famer, Bobby Wagner.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign, well, they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Russ setting to throw. Finds his target, Robinson. We'll have him gain about a handful there. Hauled down that time by Jonathan Jones. That's the end of the 3rd on Sunday night. It's Giants football. They're on a mission here. They trail entering the 4th. Third down, 1 yard to go. A give right side to Tracy. And they bring him down around the 34. Pick up a 5 on that play. And it's good enough for a New York 1st down.
I don't know what it is, Kate, but I love 3rd down runs. I really do. I know the receivers don't always like it because it's money down and they want the ball, but a 3rd down run for a 1st down can be so demoralizing to that defense.
Got it, man. Robinson has it. Pick up of a few as he heads out of bounds. Second down now, 7 to go. From the 31. He's got Bellinger. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on a throw, that's a go-to route to target.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Tracy. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Hey, range is not an optional feature for middle linebackers in today's game. It's a prerequisite for the job. And this guy definitely has it. Followed that play from the start, and he ended it with a loss.
Offense looking confident, but they need 4 here on 4th down. Russ looking to throw. He lets a heater go deep. Middle. They connect on the deep shot. And he hauls it in for the New York touchdown. The Giants now trailed by just a point in the 4th. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a one-score game in the 4th quarter that could go either way.
So a chance to tie it up again here in the 4th. The kick is good, so this game now hinging on every possession as we're tied up in the 4th. Gano ready to send this away. Starting from the 5. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Commanders and Terry McLaurin ready for another look on offense. And he finds himself across an important benchmark for yards this season after that last drive. He stayed pretty busy this season, and the numbers show just that. 1st and 10 now. Here's Daniels. That's McLaurin on the quick slant. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
Time and again, receivers will tell their quarterbacks, just give me a chance. Just give me a chance. Just throw it up and give me the opportunity. Well, in this case, with even 2 defenders trying to cover that wide receiver, couldn't get it done.
2nd and 1. Short pass brought in. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
Look up contested catch in the football dictionary, and you'll see that. I mean, I can't critique the defense there. They're in the hip pocket of that tight end. But these contested catches, these tight ends that can separate with their hands, utilize their body, even when you're covered, you're not.
Couldn't connect across the middle. It's an incomplete pass. Looking for his wide receiver there. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
2nd down and 10. Daniels has a man. It's Brown. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the first. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Again, Daniels to the air. That's caught for the first. And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line. That one gains 7. And the Commanders will have a first. Here's Robinson up the middle. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4. Second and 6 coming up here. Daniels back to throw. He'll get this one to Brown. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. He's back to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And he stopped at the 31-yard line. It's a pickup of 9 yards. And that'll be good for a Washington first. From the gun, it's Robinson. And he's brought down for a loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Staying with Robinson. And he's going to take this only to about the 31. They get those 2 yards back, but now it leaves them with 3rd and 10. Back to throw it. He has the first over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal. So we're down to the 2-minute warning here from New York. Commanders going up for the game winner. Let's see how they approach it, starting with this 1st and goal. Robinson. Can't fight past that line. They stop him at the 3.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
So from the 3, here's 2nd and goal. Once more, it's Robinson. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. The Giants using their first timeout. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call's going to be on 3rd down.
Well, you haven't given up the goal line yet, but this offense is moving closer and closer. Now might be the time defensively to get a little more aggressive, try to stick them with the loss, and make a difficult 4th down decision.
They've held him out twice. Here we go, 3rd and goal. Robinson. And he runs it across. Touchdown. The Commanders jump in front late. So how about the determination there? This game has been as hard fought as you will see. But they grab hold of the lead here with a late touchdown that may just win them the ball game.
You could almost feel them saying, Kate, we don't want overtime. Let's go out and get it done now. They accomplished their goal, but you do have to ask the question, do they leave too much time on the clock? Stay tuned.
That one splits the uprights. And the Commanders break that tie and now lead by 7. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. Gray now on the return. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Giants down Russell Wilson, headed back to the field now. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Setting up to pass. Neighbors with a catch. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. The Giants moving quickly. They're in the hurry up here. Here he is to throw. Able to hit Robinson, complete. And defenders arriving in support to finish him off at the line.
The defenders, they were ready for that throw, stopping him right at the line of scrimmage.
The Giants moving quickly. They're in the hurry up here. Now to throw. Coverman is there, and he harmlessly knocks it away. Incomplete.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. Here he is to throw. Throw caught by his running back. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. And they do not get a desperately needed 1st down. He doesn't make it, and they still trail after the turnover on downs.
You know, these 4th down plays are all about trust. You lean into what you do best. Unfortunately, with the lack of execution, you're going to throw that one off the playlist.
The Commanders all set to regain possession. Their lead still more than a field goal, thankfully, should the worst happen, Brock. But obviously the goal here is to hang on to the ball and try to run this game out.
Yeah, the goal is to get to the best formation in the history of offensive football. The victory formation.
The victory formation.
That is all that you're thinking right now, is just make these plays, run out this clock so we can take one more knee and celebrate.
Back into that favorite formation they go, Brock, forcing those guys to burn a timeout. Commanders breaking out the victory formation here as he goes to a knee. The Giants are going to call their final timeout here. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. After one final kneel down, partner, and this should do it. They drop to a knee, and what little time we have left here is going to tick down.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
Punting unit out now. And this is going to be his fourth effort tonight. Oh, first time for everything. He's bringing this punt out of his own end zone. And he puts together a nice little return there before they're able to bring him down. So it's a win on the road for the Commanders. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with a victory. And with Brock Heward and our EA Sports crew, I'm Kate Scott saying so long from this one. It's a win for the Commanders as we say so long from New York.